Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope all my students are doing good. So we are starting with a series on English literature for class 11th, and the first poem that I'll be covering is Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. So we will be doing a line by line explanation and analysis of the poem. Also, by the end, I will share some important questions and answer writing tips for your examination. So make sure that you watch the video till the end and don't miss any important point. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let us first discuss who Ted Hughes was. Ted Hughes was a British poet laureate. He was born in 1930 and he died in 1998. So most of his poems, we see that there's always a theme of nature and animals, and also his poems are rich in imagery and symbolism. So we can say that all his poems share a common symbol, which is our interconnectedness of human beings with nature. Right? So now let us start reading the poem. The laburnum top is silent, quiet and still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. So the poet is saying that he is looking at a tree, which is a laburnum tree, in the September afternoon, where the tree is looking very quiet and it is not moving at all. And it looks like it is sleeping. Also, it is a September afternoon sunny day, so everything is looking golden yellow because of the sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. So the tree's leaves are turning yellow, and all the seed pods, basically the tree has some seeds which are fallen on the road. The tree looks old and tired. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. So suddenly he sees that a tiny bird called a goldfinch comes, and it is making small happy sounds like chirrup, and it is moving very quickly. And on her arrival, it kind of surprises the tree so much that when she lands suddenly on the tip of the branch, it feels like the tree got startled or surprised. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up. So basically, the bird is being compared to a lizard. Why? Because she is looking very alert, like she's watching everything around her. She jumps into the thick leaves of the tree and suddenly it makes sound like a machine has started. Now why a machine? Because whenever a machine is started, initially it is very calm, silent, but when it starts, it makes a huge noise, right? Similarly, the tree is making noise like a machine because the bird suddenly came and startled him. So the tree seemed very excited, right? So the poem continues. Of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings, the whole tree trembles and thrills. So the poet is hearing that there are a lot of soft, excited bird sounds, as if her babies are chirping and flapping their wings and singing little songs. So what happened? When the mother bird, the golden finch, approached the tree, there was a nest of her babies. And when the babies saw their mother coming, so they became very excited. They started chirping and singing little songs. And with all this happening, the tree is shaking with excitement. And it feels like the tree who was sleepy initially has become alive and happy now. It is the engine of a family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end. So the goldfinch bird is like a little engine who is feeding and taking care of her family, the little birds. She feeds them well and then jumps out to the end of the branch again. Showing her bared face, identity mask, then with eerie, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings. So we see that her pretty face has certain markings like a mask. Now why these markings are there? Because when you see that the bird has some marks on her face, it helps her children to recognize her mother. So basically those marks are her identity, which helps their children to recognize her. So she's making soft, sweet musical sounds as she is getting ready to fly away. So basically she has fed her children and now again she is going to fly away into the sky. She launches away towards the infinite and the laburnum subsides to empty. So the bird flies off into the sky far away as if going on a big adventure, and at last now the tree becomes quiet and still again, just like before she came. So in short, what we understand is initially the tree is quiet, the bird comes and brings it to life, and then it becomes quiet again. So that was our poem. I hope you all understood it line by line. It is a very simple poem, yet it is very rich in imagery and symbolism. So let us now analyze the poem. एक बार समरी देख लेते हैं पोएम की. सो ये जो पोएम है वो शुरू होती है एक साइलेंट लाइफलेस लेबर्नम ट्री से, जिसमें एक गोल्डफिंच बर्ड आता है, एंटर करता है सडनली, और उसकी अराइवल से जो ट्री है वो उसमें मूवमेंट्स होती हैं, साउंड होती है, एंड इट बिकम्स लाइवली अगेन. जो बर्ड है हम देखते हैं कि वो ट्री में छुप के अपने चिक्स को फीड कर रही है, एंड जो ट्री है वो ट्रेम्बल कर रहा है, वाइब्रेट कर रहा है, एंड इट बिकम्स फुल ऑफ एनर्जी ड्यूरिंग हर प्रेजेंस. अपने बेबीज को फीड करने के बाद जो बर्ड है, शी फ्लाइज अवे स्विफ्टली एंड द ट्री रिटर्न्स टू इट्स ओरिजिनल स्टेट. ओरिजिनल स्टेट क्या थी? साइलेंस, लाइफलेसनेस. इट रिटर्न्स टू दैट स्टेट. सो ये जो पोएम है ये कैप्चर क्या कर रही है? कॉन्ट्रास्ट, बेसिकली दो ऑपोजिट चीज़ें. क्या? लाइफलेसनेस एंड सडन वाइटैलिटी. यहाँ पे वाइटैलिटी का मतलब है हैप्पीनेस एंड जॉयफुल नेचर, राइट? सो एनालिसिस भी इसका सेम ही है कि ये इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस के ऊपर है कि कैसे नेचर आपस में इंटरकनेक्टेड है, कि जो बर्ड है वो एक साइलेंट ट्री को कैसे एनर्जी और लाइफ प्रोवाइड करता है, एंड इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स दैट नेचर के पास कुछ रिदम्स हैं जो कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में हेल्प करते हैं. अगर हम इसके थीम्स की बात करें तो फर्स्ट थीम इज ऑफ कोर्स नेचर एंड लाइफ, कि नेचर और लाइफ आपस में कैसे कनेक्टेड है. सेकंड इज मदरहुड. वी सी दैट द गोल्डफिंच बर्ड इज फीडिंग एंड टेकिंग केयर ऑफ हर लिटिल बेबीज. थर्ड इज इंटरडिपेंडेंटनेस. अब इसमें इंटरडिपेंडेंट कौन है? ट्री जो है वो अपनी खुशी के लिए, अपनी एक्साइटमेंट के लिए, एक फुल ऑफ लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए किस पे डिपेंडेंट है? बर्ड पे. अगर बर्ड नहीं है तो इट फील्स डेड इनसाइड. एंड द लास्ट वन इज साइलेंस वर्सेस साउंड. सो पोएम की शुरुआत और एंड साइलेंस से होता है, बट इन बिटवीन वी सी साउंड, म्यूजिक, चर्पिंग्स, एट्सेट्रा. द सिम्बल्स इन दिस पोएम वी सी, फर्स्ट इज ऑफ कोर्स लबर्नम ट्री, जो कि एक लाइफलेसनेस और एक वेटिंग का सिंबल है. Next is the goldfinch bird, which is symbolic of energy and motherhood. And silence and noise is a symbol for natural rhythm of nature. अब पोएम के स्ट्रक्चर की बात करते हैं. सो जो पोएम का स्ट्रक्चर है, द पोएम इज रिटन इन अ फ्री वर्स. बेसिकली इसमें कोई राइम स्कीम नहीं है. इट इज़ फ्री फ्लोइंग. एक ही स्टैंजा है हमारे पास, एंड इट इज़ अ लिरिकल नैरेटिव. इसमें म्यूजिकल टोन है इस पोएम में, एंड जो टोन है वो शिफ्ट करती है फ्रॉम काम टू एनर्जेटिक टू अगेन काम. सो इट कम्स अ फुल सर्कल. Next we have literary devices. First is imagery. We see a lot of vivid images in the poem, like sleek as a lizard. This is an imagery. And क्योंकि इसमें word क्या है? As a. So we know as a means it is a comparison, which is a simile. So there are two literary devices in one line: sleek as a lizard, imagery, and simile. Next we have alliteration. Tree trembles. So the T sound is being repetitive. So this is an example of alliteration. Personification, we know that the tree is being personified here, and also the bird is being personified. Next is contrast. We've discussed that it has contrast between silence and noise. And enjambment. What is enjambment? Enjambment का मतलब है कि कोई बिना किसी pause के the poem is free flowing. So without any punctuation or pauses, the poem is flowing from start till the end. So that is a literary device that we call enjambment. So at last we can say that the poem shows lifeless setting can come to alive. Nature is a cycle of dormancy and vitality, and simple interactions reflect deeper meanings. So ये हमारी poem थी. अब हम देखते हैं इसमें क्या important questions बन सकते हैं आपके exam point of view से. First is, why does the tree become silent again? In this you'll explain that since the bird that was its source of joy and excitement, when the bird left, when the bird flew away in the sky, the tree became silent again. And also you'll explain how. Next is, what is the significance of goldfinch visit? So we know that it became a symbol or a means for joy and excitement for the lifeless tree. So that was its significance. And last one is, how does Hughes use imagery to show transformation? So इसमें आप imagery and symbolism को explain करेंगे इस poem के. I hope you all understood what the poem was all about. Still, if you have any doubts, please comment down all your doubts and I will definitely answer them back. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and do subscribe so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. In our upcoming videos, I'll be covering the rest of the chapters and the poems, all the analysis, and also I'll be covering technical parts of literature like understanding literary devices, how to detect them, how to understand rhyme structure and meter in the poem. So all these things will be discussed. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any update regarding my future videos. Take care, students.